There, Julie Stonefelt here, coming to you from my homestead in the Snoqualmie Valley of Washington State. Super excited to share with you some of the seeds that came in my territorial seed delivery today. I started out with a whole video of the entire unboxing, and I realized that it's probably just too long for anybody to be interested in watching. So I've broken it down, and in this edition, we're going to talk about the greens that I got. And there are a lot of them. So here are my greens delivery for my fall garden. And by the way, this is the first time I've ever planted a fall garden. So you are going to be able to follow along with me to see how this big experiment actually plays out. Right now I have no idea. We're gonna find out together. But the reason that I got so many greens, well, there's two reasons. The first one, let's be honest, if you've ever grown a garden, and most gardeners that I know just feel too compelled by seed catalogs and websites and order way too many. The seeds of possibility are too tempting. So there's that. And I've also really heeded the advice that I've gotten from other gardeners, which is to grow what your family eats. And my family eats a lot of green vegetables. And there are so many varieties that you can grow at home. Whereas at the grocery store, you're getting maybe 3 or 4 varieties. And at the grocery store, on average, I read a statistic that the vegetables that you're purchasing are coming from about 800 miles away from where you live. Whereas these are going to be coming from about 30 feet away from where I actually live on my own land. So that's very exciting. So what are these greens that I'm talking about? There are quite a few lovely vegetables, and we're going to start with a lettuce. This one is Arctic King. So this is for my fall and winter garden, and you gotta love when they include it in the name. One of the things that's really great about Territorial Seed Company is they've got a lot of handy information on the back. So they tell you things about the seed depth and spacing and soil temperature and fertilization that for new gardeners is really helpful to get you started. So Arctic King is a butterhead lettuce. Butterheads are delicious. They tend to be really expensive in stores and they don't do very well with packaging and traveling, but they're really fun to grow at home. Another butterhead is Continuity. And most of these I've never grown myself in my home garden. So again, it's going to be a big experiment, but these, are head lettuces. Winter Brown, another head lettuce that we're going to try. Beet is a corn salad or mache. Now this doesn't really look like your typical salad. This is one that I've grown before in rental homes, where it's a really nice, tender, succulent little plant. And depending on your climate, and depending on how the winter goes, even in my climate, which I think I'm about an 8 or an 8B, sometimes you can grow it all year long. But it's a really nice, succulent little vegetable to add. This is a kale. Kale is really fantastic in a couple of different ways. You can grow it as sort of a cut and come again vegetable, so little small ones that get about this big, and you cut them. You may have eaten them in a fancy restaurant salad or in some of the super chic salad mixes that you get in plastic clamshells in the grocery store. You can find it. Or what I'm gonna try with this is your typical kale grow, where it grows and you break off small leaves on the bottom and it continues to grow new leaves and you break them off as you go. So that's a kale. This is another corn salad. I've never grown this one, but it's another one of those very small succulents that can grow throughout the year. Speedy is an arugula, so nice spicy flavor to add to a salad. And hopefully I'll be adding it to my tender leafy green lettuces that I've shared with you in my garden. But even if that doesn't quite work out, but this does, I could add it to greens that I buy either from a local farm stand or from the grocery store. Radicchio, another one that's got a nice peppery bitter taste. Dragon tongue is a mustard. This one I've grown before and it's a favorite. It's got a beautiful kind of dark green with purple speckles and a nice spicy flavor. Tatsai, it's in the mustard family, but I've heard that this one is a little milder, more like a tatsoi or a bok choy if you've had those before. And spinach, Olympia. So I eat a mostly vegetarian diet, and the spinaches are a great source of iron. So I like that. And I'm also going to try red kitten. I am proudly admitting that I am a crazy cat lady. So anything that has kitten in the name is going to be my friend, as well as the pictures I've seen of this have a really nice, beautiful purplish red vein. That's really lovely. And last but not least is a cauliflower. I've never grown a cauliflower on my own before. I've harvested them when I've worked on farms, but this one is a little bit on the smaller side. It does well in a fall and winter garden, I've heard. So there you go. That's the greens I'm going to try going with this year. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and as always, stay well, do good work, and keep in touch. Hey there.